All right, we're just going to move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is going to be for you. Aquarius. I think this is going to be a really good month for you, feeling as if you have been seen. You have been seen. People are seeing you, respecting you, loving you. You feel more confident this month than you have in a very long time. And I think that that encouragement and that energy gives you the strength to move forward, right? To do what you want to be doing. Did you know that in the native tradition you're considered an otter? I love that for you. Yep. Also, you are from the butterfly clan. About transmuting or transforming, a metamorphosis of self. That is the whole energy of the butterfly, right? The larvae, the caterpillar, the cocoon, and the butterfly. I think this is a lot about your personality as well. You go through these cycles, I believe, and you need time to sort of gather and be around a lot of people, the larvae. You know, you need time to be on your own, cocooning, thinking, feeling. I think you need time to eat and fill your soul, the caterpillar, you know, being with others, but just living and enjoying. And I think otter energy, we see that it's very playful, very loving, very kind, very gentle, very, very sweet. You know, that when we see them, I used to live beside them, and even in the water, they're very cozy together. They're like that. So I think the otter in general and the butterfly energy, all of that is sort of telling us that they like a quiet, cozy existence with those that they love. They like to learn, they like to change, they like to shift, but slowly, right? Think of the cocooning stage. They take their time in getting to something. They are Uranus born, and also their planet is Saturn. So those two energies can really affect them. I think Saturn born makes them very wanting things a certain way. They may have compulsions and obsessions and those types of things. They could be like totally free-spirited, right? Totally. They definitely would keep their favorite rock or have their favorite rocks. Well, also, often you'll see it on their tummy. They play with rocks all the time. They absolutely do. That's true. So this is what we got for you folks. Because the good energy is flowing all around you, I think you're going to be feeling really cozy with your lover if you're in a love affair. If you're not in a love affair, you're going to be thinking about getting cozy with someone or more than one someone. I think that if you're in a relationship that isn't working for you, really good conversation about whether it's worthy of long term. So this is not a bad thing. If you've been dealing with something that isn't what you want, I think the Aquarius in you is going to jump out. It's going to feel like it needs out. And I think that can be very healing for you, okay? You've got the Temperance card here. And it can be very healing, very, at that time, you know, if you are going to break out. August is going to give you the creativity to figure out how to remove yourself from anything you are not happy with. Jobs, partnerships, friends, houses where you live, the car you drive, the image you portray. This is going to be a very interesting time, and I think the butterfly energy for you is going to really spread your wings and get you out there. I really think that this is going to be a good time for you. It might be a little bit difficult. You may have a lot going on. You got the Nine of Wands on the Page of Pentacles, so you're learning a lot at this time in your life. I think your experiences are teaching you many things. You got the Fool card in your reading. This is your card. This is wonderful. This tells me that it's a good time for you to choose something you've never done before, for instance. You know, something you have not had the opportunity to do, okay? I think it's really important for you to get out there and do. You've got a couple of sevens in reverse too. Hey, what do we got here? All right, you may need to do something about vehicles. Maybe you have too many. Maybe you don't have the right one. Something about vehicles is going to be important. There will be some conversation about long-term security and home and where you're going to live. The money's not all there yet. We've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, but you may have investments or opportunities around you that can bring about more money. So there's still a slow moving train, though you're still juggling your finances. And that's it's true of everyone. So finances this month may not be perfect. Maybe you've got what you need, but there's so much more you could use, right? So that's what that shows me there. As far as your health, I'm going to say that you probably go back and forth with looking after yourself and your health and not looking after yourself and your health. So I think it's important that you get a regimen going, and you'll feel that a little better. If you have ADHD or anything like that, you're going to need to really crack down on yourself regarding what it is you need to do in order to stay on track, because it does look like you're being unable to follow through with some things. Okay, so this will be a good month for you to look at all of that and try to get your life in more rhythm. Now, it doesn't mean that will happen this month, but that's the goal. So I think you're going to start shedding some things that will make you feel better. Checking in with your health, taking care of yourself that way will give you the strength and the ability to move forward. So I'm going to say that this is a month of ideas that will create new beginnings, and maybe whatever you set yourself up to do in the coming days is actually going to reduce stress, reduce any unhappiness that might be lingering in the relationship or in the partnership, whether that be at work or in home. In the end, though, you got the Three of Cups, and that's a beautiful card, and the Eight of Wands. Look at that, Eight of Wands and Three of Cups. That's love. That's real love. That's real kindness. That's real solid vibrations. Now, I am getting something weird here, though. King of Wands energy in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. Queen of Wands and King of Wands in reverse. Maybe there's someone around you who is less than integral, authentic, less than honest, a lot less than who they think they are. So be careful, right? Be very careful, I would say. You get a bad feeling about someone, trust it, okay? So I'm not sure who that is, but